All right, so I want to talk about this Buccaneers offense for a second. It's weird because, again, one of the things that I've noticed when I've been going on Twitter more is just how much all the discourse sort of revolves around like who's the sort of which star quarterback is better than the other star quarterbacks. I don't really care about that kind of stuff, to be honest. I think Brady's awesome. I think Rodgers is awesome. I think Mahomes is awesome. Like, to me, they're all awesome. I don't really feel the need to do that. But one of the things that people have sort of turned to is oh, well, Brady's only great because of his great receivers. He's more of a game manager type. Well, I wanted to just say, hey, let's just talk about those great receivers because they're awesome, right? Like, who cares if it's because of the receivers or because of Brady? Brady's going to have the receivers for the rest of the year. And let's talk about how awesome these receivers have been. In this video, it's really just going to be Chris Godwin and Mike Evans because they didn't have a lot of the other guys this week. They didn't have Antonio Brown. They didn't have Rob Gronkowski. So kind of just goes to show the insane talent this team has where you don't have Antonio Brown and Rob Gronkowski. It's like, okay, well, we'll just have to throw to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin then. Let's talk about the day that those two had. All right, so let's start off with this one. What's going to happen here is that this is going to be its man coverage, and you have Chris Godwin. This is the guy who's going to be the one to really keep your eye out this time. He's going up one-on-one against Kindle Vildor, so kind of going to show the mismatches that you're going to see. And again, this is without Antonio Brown, right? This is going down a man. You still have these kind of mismatches where watch what happens and really watch the route that he's going to run because, there is safety help over the top, but he's kind of cheating towards the top of the screen, which makes some sense. Mike Evans is there. You have an extra receiver, Tyler Johnson, on that side of the field, so that makes sense. Watch Godwin create some contact pretty early on. I've noticed, Tampa Bay not afraid to make contact, 2 yards down the field, right? That's not really what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to just do it 1 yard down the field. They've been a bit more liberal at that. And hey, if the referees aren't calling it, then yeah, continue to do it, right? That makes sense. At this point, Godwin does have a bit of separation, but this is not necessarily an easy throw for Brady to make, even though Godwin did do a great job on this route because there's a Chicago player over the middle of the field. And this is how interceptions can happen a lot of times. Quarterback doesn't read a linebacker, just throws it to Godwin, but then the linebacker's right there, gets an interception, pick six, whatever. That stuff can happen. However, of course, Brady has seen it all and doesn't make these kind of mistakes too often. As you see, just, perfect accuracy. Godwin makes the catch, gets it to the 10-yard line right there. So really good job by Brady, really good job by Godwin. Just kind of the stuff that we've been seeing all season so far, really, and last season as well. This next one is another great Godwin play. So again, it's a one-on-one matchup. Again, single safety deep. Hey, NFL teams, maybe don't do this. Maybe try to help yourself out a little bit more if you don't have the best corners. Maybe just put a second safety there, right? Keep stuff in front of you. Granted, Tampa Bay can then run the ball well. They do everything well. It's an impossible offense to go up against. This time, the guy who's covering Godwin is safety DeAndre Houston Carson. So again, maybe a bit of a question mark having this happen. Maybe there's better things you could do. And right when this play starts, so again, Godwin doing a great job at that, the first step, just getting enough, selling enough that he can then basically do whatever he wants. And, he's well past the first down marker at this point, and he can come in as much as he wants. He has plenty of room to do so. So Brady realizes that. Look at this throw from Brady, just a bullet to Godwin, and Godwin makes these catches. I know he had some drops in the playoff run, but for the most part, in the regular season, he's never had any issues, and really it was only that stretch that he's ever had like the drop issues or anything. Usually sure-handed and makes a great catch there. All right, now let's talk Mike Evans for a second. Listen, Evans had a good day, and the thing about the Tampa Bay offense is you can't overreact to one game. Different guys are going to do well in different games given certain matchups. And if a team doesn't have a big corner that can, hang with Evans, like a Marshawn Lattimore who can kind of, his physicality can match Mike Evans, if you don't have that, you're going to have a hard time, and Brady's going to look in your direction. The way this play works is it is a one-on-one matchup, and you see Mike Evans' route, just a quick route over the middle, nothing too crazy right here. But again, Watch what's going to happen right here. Look at Evans really just, again, a couple routes in, just gives Jalen Johnson a little shove. It's nothing major there, but, you could argue it's a penalty if you want to. But like I said, ref's not calling that. And Jalen Johnson, not a horrible corner either. But you see at this point, Mike Evans has the inside leverage, and he's such a big target. Like, it's going to be really difficult for him to be stopped at this point. A safety comes in and tries his best, but that's just not really happening. Mike Evans gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Good stuff by Mike Evans, and, this was actually the 600th touchdown pass, which Mike Evans would then go and throw the ball into the crowd. That part wasn't great, but, the route ran was pretty good. And also something like this. Like, listen, this used to be a staple of the Tampa Bay offense for a bit, and it's kind of stopped a little bit. This type of play where it's going to be zone coverage, cover 3. This is basically just a one-on-one matchup with Evans running a go route. I mean, this is the thing that Evans and Winston love to do for years. Brady kind of hasn't done it as much with Evans. There was that play in the Super Bowl that drew a pass interference, so that factored in. But it seems like Brady kind of has the mindset of, hey, let's just use Scotty Miller for this type of stuff, which makes sense. Miller's obviously great at the deep stuff as well. However, watch how right when this play starts. So, Evans gets to the outside right there, and Evans is just going to try to run by him. And this is kind of an underrated aspect of Evans' game is the deep routes. You think about him as maybe not the fastest corner, kind of more of a bigger guy, but hey, the size, him being 6'5", that absolutely plays in. I mean, it's just a deeper target for him to be able to make the catch. You can kind of throw over the defensive back easier. It's a bigger window. Look, Evans is quick enough to blow by him. It's explosive enough to blow by him, and Brady just throws that one, an absolutely perfect throw right there. So great stuff from Evans, great stuff from Brady, and they get the ball inside the 5-yard line right there. And also something like this, one of the real underrated aspects of Evans' game is route running. He's very subtle in his route running, does a great job of just getting guys out of position so that way he can get open. It's very clever, and watch what he's going to do on this play. Look at how he, right off the bat, is going to, fake as though he's going sort of towards the sideline, and that immediately gets the corner trying to cover him in that way, right? You see how his hips are turned towards the sideline. That is not what Evans is doing, but he's already successfully basically put himself in a position where he's easily going to have a good time right here. As you see, he then cuts back over the middle. Brady throws, and it's even a bit of a high throw, but again, that's fine with Mike Evans. Like, it's hard to overthrow him. So really good stuff from Evans, really good route ran. And hey, all these throws, what they had in common as well was, good throws from Tom Brady. Tom Brady does that. It obviously helps when you have the greatest quarterback of all time throwing to these guys. So yeah, I mean, listen, fun stuff by Tampa Bay. Games are won on the outside. Get talented receivers, you're going to have success. There's a reason why the team with one of the best receiving cores of all time won the Super Bowl last year. You get talented receivers, it can help you a lot. There's a million ways to win a football game, but that's, to me, the easiest way is to get talented receivers and get a great quarterback, and they have talented receivers and a great quarterback. Things are very fun here in Tampa Bay. So that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.